This is TAIFA World Community Gathering. Hiya to the tribes. Yeah, I'm getting hoarse of talking, but it's worthwhile because I know somebody's listening. Somebody's going to wake up. But we're in a bad position, people. As a people, we're in pretty sad position because you don't know. All not knowing something means you're ignorant, and your lifelong goal should be to know. That's me. I've always wanted to know. I knew at a young age I was ignorant, so I always wanted to know. And then after middle age, I found that I still didn't know. Going by the traditional routes, school, college, didn't know jack. So I began to study on my own. First, where I started was my my family tree. I started looking up my parents, my grandparents, my great grandparents. That's where everybody needs to start at, because you find out that you do have a name that do not identify you as a slave, like names like Black, African American. Those are slave terms. Prove it to you when you start calling yourself Black. If you've never thought to say Black Americans or Black people, no, they just call you Black. Now, if you're not your name has to identify you with land, with a history and a culture. Your name has to identify with the land, history, and culture. Give you some examples. Japan got, they're Japanese. They got Japan, the land. They got Japanese history, and they have Japanese culture. So what happened to us over here? Why did Dr. King say we're aliens in our own land? Because all that history was taken from us, hidden from us. You can still find it. You got to want to find it. You got to want something for your children. You don't want them to be a Black. All it means is you're somebody's property. That's all it means. Because it identifies you. We don't need to know your land. You don't need to know anything. He's Black. Okay. That's my property. He's Black. But you was placed in that victim status. Victim status is something that is generational curses. Why? Because when you see yourself as a victim, I was enslaved, that's racism, you got to give me a break. When you see yourself as a victim, then you excuse yourself for not performing. You blame somebody else for your shortcomings. So you become your worst enemy. You become your enemy because your mind tells you you can't achieve anything because of racism. These terms was created for you to keep you a victim. The children of the corn created the term race and racism. That's not a term people are familiar with around the world. But it was created so you can always look for an excuse for why you haven't done anything. And the most successful people tell you they don't believe in racism. Because if you think being black can stop you, then it will. If you think the racism gonna stop you, then it will. You got to ignore all these terms. Society is constantly reinforces this victim mentality. The movies do a wonderful job because they always start off with slavery. You're nothing. You're a victim of slavery. So when you learn who you are, can't nobody stop you. When you learn who you are, you stop being a victim. Being a victim is your own worst enemy. So here you are in America, don't have the land, because they say you're from Africa, so this can't be your land, right? Don't have any culture, chitlins and watermelon. And do you know they're finding out recently that watermelon is the best food you can eat for the body? You can live off that watermelon. Has all the essential elements for food. What that watermelon now is they destroyed it, took the seeds out, made it a poison. There's really no excuse for being ignorant these days because of the internet. But would you rather watch a game than to learn something that's going to benefit you? That's where I've been. I've never gave time to games. I remember I was in a store one time and some children of the corn people said, "Oh, what about them games? What about them Rockets? What about them Oilers?" I just told them how I felt. I said, "There's too much games going on. People need to get serious. Everything to distract you." And another thing is the money that they make off of you for being ignorant. That's why nobody's want to tell you who you are. That's why they keep you as a victim. Man, it's profitable to have a whole people supporting you because they don't have the wherewithal to support their own community. They gave it up. So now everybody's coming here to get this free labor from you. Yeah, it's free labor because you work, you got to work to survive. Then you got to consume to live. So you give your money outside of your community to another people who don't care nothing about you because they care about their own families. So they have you as a slave and don't even know it. As long as you're not doing something for your own community, for your own benefit, you're a slave. And others are benefiting from your labor. See, I was exposed to Elijah Muhammad at a young age. It's all there. They got you hating Muslims. Look, everything they told me to hate, I started investigating. That's just the way I'm made. Because I don't trust them. Anyway, nobody's coming in to chat with me, so I to the tribe. We live and we thrive. And the price of freedom is life. The price of ignorance is death. I refuse to die. I live and I thrive. And so do my loved ones.